Greetings, Earthlings.
Warning: the following program contains strong black first opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissies.
Grand Rising All. You are listening to the one and only Be One or None. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
And we are on the air. We got Mind Games from Mind Games Uncut, D Mays. We got Kathy B, Lynn, Black Love 17. And
Peace,
we're
peace,
gonna
peace.
just yes. We're gonna kind of discuss Nicki Minaj. You know how they like to do us. I'm not saying us. Let me put this disclaimer up here. You
Can I
know
say
they
something real
love.
quick?
Go ahead.
Real quick, because I didn't listen to what was happening with the UN and her. But is she trying to buddy up to this man so she don't get deported? Is that what it is?
Well, she can't. She's from Trinidad. Her husband, they said, is a pedophile. I think he was a rapist or something, and got
Oh,
out of prison. So they said that they believe that she's trying to butter up for a party because how did Nicki Minaj and Trump cross paths? And why is a
right.
Trinidad person going to talk to the UN about something that's happening in Nigeria? You know, they just have us as black people all
Yeah,
over the place,
Ah,
and it's a joke.
yeah.
It's a
I
pure
forgot he.
joke.
I
I
forgot he
mean,
is
last
locked up.
time it
That's.
was Biden and Cardi B. Now it's Trump and Nicki Minaj. What were you saying, Mind Games?
I said, yeah. I
mm,
think is it her. If he is her brother locked up, or that's her fiance. Or her, who is that? Is the
Her
brother that's locked up?
fiance is out,
Just
but he has a record, you know,
okay,
for
yeah.
sex for rape or something.
But
And
the brother locked up. But the brother
I
locked up,
think
right?
so. I think
Okay, so
so. So-
probably try to get him pardoned.
But
Politics, y'all know what it is. All right.
yeah, but it's so crazy. Like, why? I mean, and the thing about it is that any killing is wrong. Period. But the thing about it is they say there's 25 girls missing, right? I mean, 25 girls. Wait a minute. They're killing Christian Nigerians. Christian Nigerians. And then they're saying that there are 25 girls that I don't know what happened to my thing that was missing from um the school. Did y'all see that? I thought I had my pictures up here. My bad. Can y'all
Nah, I didn't
hear?
see that. Yeah, I hear you. I didn't see
Um,
that.
I'm looking for it. I don't know what happened. Let me see if I can add them while we're here. Because I could have swore I put them up here. But either which way, my thing is, this is what's going on. They said 25 girls have been abducted from Nigeria, but Nicki Minaj went to speak because they say that thousands of Christians are being slaughtered in by Muslims in Nigeria. And I want to ask this question: what does that have to do with us? Second of all, what does that have to do with Nicki Minaj? What is her going to the UN going to do anything? Another question: why doesn't the UN do anything about the murders that go on in the US by police officers? And every time you turn around, just like Ahmaud Arbery and all this, white supremacists unalive black people all the time. There's many. How many? We did a show one time that there's thousands of black girls that go missing in America each year, and somehow they. This is why I said they use Christianity as a crutch with black people, because if they didn't throw the word Christianity in there, why would Nicki Minaj be worried about what's going on in a black country filled with other black countries? And basically these black countries have more than we have over here as black people, and they're not doing anything about it. What are we supposed to do? And how come if they are unaliving each other, isn't that black on that's what you call true black on black crime? Because everything that's happening over in Africa, in the different countries of Africa, are black people unaliving black people, except for in South Africa. So to me, I mean, I just don't get what Nicki Minaj is supposed to represent, and her going up there. What is that supposed to do? Obviously, when did white people ever care about black people unaliving each other? When did white people ever care about black people being Christian or whatever? They used to lynch us in the name of Jesus and then go have a picnic and go back to church. So what is it that the U.S. wants from Nigeria?
It's something, but we know, but I'm sure it's resources. It's something. It's some kind of some political politics. Like I said, we'll never know. We really won't ever know. It's like the whole thing was shut down. Well, we found out that it was a lot of them got backhand deals and got paid. So it's like it's something behind it. Because it's like you said, Nicki Minaj is not even that political. She's not political at all. I can see maybe Kim Kardashian, but nah, Nicki Minaj never got it. She never said anything political. I mean, yeah, she spoke the way she was speaking. She spoke with some sense, but still, I ain't buying it. Like you say, it's something behind it. And like you said, when they ever
Yeah,
care
think
about a bunch of black
about
people
it.
killing each other? Yeah, because like I said,
You
whole
got
stuff. Rwanda did Rwanda.
yeah.
Yeah,
You got no. What about the Congo? What about all the other black murders? But yet, this is what my point is. There's missing black girls from Nigeria. Nicki Minaj is not at the UN because black girls are missing because they were kidnapped from
wow.
school. And then just before that, in 2014, right here, remember the 297 girls that was kidnapped from Oprah Winfrey's so-called school? Remember the
Yep,
slogan, "Bring back our girls." The U.S. didn't
yep.
go over there for that. So now
Those
all of a
girls haven't
sudden
been
in the
found
name,
either.
no, I never heard of them being found.
Mm.
That's sad.
And not trying to be funny, that's about 300 missing black girls that was kidnapped by black people over there. But there's thousands of black girls over here that was unalived. And I just dang, I just erased it, I think. No. Right here in America, just the other month, 13 bodies found in Houston's Bayou this year. One was a college student, and they saying in Texas there is a serial killer going around, and it's black women that's being, found, black bodies being found. You don't know nothing about that, do you? Because it's not national news. But somehow you throw in the word Christian, and these Christians are being killed when nobody sees. Um, when nobody sees any of this, nobody sees no stories, no videos, and they claim they're being killed by Muslims. These are black people killing black people. And I'm going to play this video because what people are saying is that this is a lie, this is all a hoax. We don't know what the US is trying to do. So I'm gonna play this and listen.
Enjoy when y'all let me use my political science degrees. Because, Nikki, why is you at the UN lying to those people? Now, I was just on the internet and found out that this woman, Nicki Minaj, was at the UN lying to those people. Now, according to her UN speech, she was making basically a heartfelt declaration as an ambassador for Nigeria, which is crazy because she's from Trinidad. But we'll get to that in a minute. But making this heartfelt declaration for Christians in Nigeria and claiming that there happens to be some sort of side. Now let's get to the facts of what's actually going on in Nigeria, because I think there's a little bit of stink in the water. Now this is according to Rolling Stone magazine, and I highly encourage you to read this article because it's very short, but it's very to the point. Now Donald Trump and Nicki Minaj, as well as others, are attempting to state that there is Christian persecution / side going on in Nigeria. Now there are two very prominent organizations who are reporting that this information is false. The first being the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, and the second, the Council on Foreign Relations. The Council on Foreign Relations and those two organizations have repeatedly stated that the notion that Christians are being disproportionately attacked is a dangerous reduction of the nature of the violence in Nigeria. Now, Nigeria is made up of about 45% Muslim and 55% Christians, which live in more of a hegemonic society because they live together and they've
Hold on, just the other
lived
part.
together for hundreds of thousands of years, and they're okay with that. Now, according to the senior special assistant to the president of Nigeria, he stated that both religions actually live side by side together peacefully. What's actually occurring and what you're witnessing is along the sidelines and conflict that unfolds within the communities. And the same thing you can see right here in America. Sometimes conflicts just happen between neighbors. It doesn't actually mean anything about their religion. And the reason as to why this uptick of Christian persecution happens to do with Boko Haram. Now, mind you, Boko Haram is a Sunni Islamist organization, But they murder just as many Muslims as they do Christians because their ultimate goal is to basically overthrow the Nigerian government, and they're doing it in the name of religion, which has nothing to do with the billions and billions and billions of Christians and Muslims across the globe. These are just extreme extremists, but we see that everywhere. Boko Haram is not specifically targeting Christians. They're targeting anybody, any faction that gets in their way. And shout out to Tammy. If you guys don't know, this is Tammy Waka Flocka's ex-wife. She says it best in the comment section of the Shade Room. And you can pause to read it, but essentially she says, don't be blinded and misguided by this. The U.S. rarely ever intervenes, which is also true. Then she also stated that if it wasn't for a strategic or financial benefit, the U.S. wouldn't be doing anything. And Nikki, before you go back in there lying to those people, do a little bit more research. But unfortunately, I don't think you actually can.
I had to speed that up because it was a long one.
Yeah, that's
But
cool. Yeah, I
did
still
you
understand. That's
see?
fine.
Yes, rewind it, replay it, and look at the sources. This is just another one of these games that white people play, and they always use black faces. You know, like just like the war in the Palestinian and the Gaza. That is in Africa, you know. No matter if they call it the Middle East. So there is no the Christians and the Muslims are not killing each other because of that. It's just one tribe fighting another tribe over power. And some of them happen to be Christians, some of them happen to be Muslims. But we in America, I want to just know what does that have to do with us? Because I kept seeing the shade room and different, was it the shade room? Different articles playing all these articles that I was saying about Nigeria. And I'm like, so how come we're always focused over there and not focused on what the hell we got going on over here?
Facts.
They want to pull on your heartstrings by using the word Christian. Like, okay, this is not of God. The Christians, God's people. Well, how come God don't never do nothing about what's being done to his people? Because black people been serving God for centuries, since the beginning of time, or since white people introduced this Bible to us, and God ain't did nothing yet. Their God, anyway, the God of the Bible. And somehow white people are ready to fight in Africa for the first time to help Christians in Nigeria. When if anybody knows that anybody works in customer service, you know that if you're from Nigeria, you won't even hardly get a customer service job because they're the world scammers. They have most of the scamming coming out of Nigeria. So why all of a sudden does the US and the UN have this heartfelt notion for the only Christians? Africa consists of 54 countries and a small group of Christians in Nigeria. All of a sudden, these white people are concerned about black people. Come on. Are you there,
Yeah.
Ace?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My fault. I had to take a call real quick. But yeah,
I wanted to
yeah.
chime in that we don't know
Go
why
ahead.
Nicki Minaj was chosen because 45/47 is doing so many unexpected things, and maybe it's because we're resting. And I guess they said, let's find a black person that's not resting. In walks Nicki Minaj. I don't know. Could be.
I mean, but what does the whole thing have to do with it? Not just take Nicki Minaj out the picture. Why is all of a sudden a group of white people? It ain't just Trump. This is the United Nations. The United Nations. Remember, the U.S. pulled themselves away from the United Nations. Remember, the
Exactly.
United Nations did a study over here and said how racist the white people were over here, unaliving black people. Remember that U.S. didn't go to court. Let look up the United
Yeah, I
Nations.
remember that.
Said, yeah, people over here and said that black people are basically doomed if we don't do anything because of the white supremacy over here. So why all of a sudden you see that South Africa took over, the white people took over half of Africa, nothing is done. And all of a sudden, out of everything that's been going on, white people have found it in their hearts to care about a group of black people in one little country that they don't like, that scam the hell out of their white women, they old white women, known that when the internet came through, they scammed. Nigeria is like, they always say if you from Nigeria or whatever in customer service, You really have to be vetted because of all the scams that come out of Nigeria. And all of a sudden, out of not all the Africans that are dying of starvation, not nothing else, and all of a sudden white people just found it in their heart that all of a sudden these black Christians are dying in Nigeria, and so let's go send in somebody to save them, and let's go pull some for celebrity black person to sit in front of them and make it a big thing. I mean, are we not tired of the game? We know that this is for something, and whoever whatever Trump is, they using Trump because this is the United Nations. Remember, the United Nations has nothing to do with America anymore. With all this fighting with America, the United Nations. I'm I'm
Oh
I'm
yeah,
I'm
There,
yeah,
confused.
there must be
yeah,
something in the ground that they want that they don't get from other places. Because the only reason why
yeah.
the U.S. would fight for anything in Africa is to get whatever they have in the ground. Come on, we gotta
One
look into
person.
that. What does Nigeria have?
Oh, but
Hmm.
shit, I mean, they have plenty of resources. They got all kind of minerals and all kind of stuff. They went over there. They said they now nobody care about a bunch of black people around the world killing each other and nothing like that. It's just the way it is. Like you said, here, you know they don't care, but here, you know they don't give a damn over there. What the guy said, what Nick Nolte said on that movie Hotel Rwanda, and
Hmm.
he told what's the name? He said you worse than a he said you worse than a nigga, you African. I like damn. So
Hmm.
you think they care they didn't care about them? Nah, hell nah. The only person they fear is Torre because he's doing what he's supposed to do, what black African countries supposed to be doing, taking back their resources and kicking them
And
people out. That's what we're
and
supposed
that,
to do.
yep.
Mhm.
Because think about it, Nigeria is one of the strongest countries there. Nigeria is kind of like New York to America.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
you want to take over Nigeria, where the most smartest people walking in there in Africa. That's where the internet was birthed. Nigeria got some stuff going
Oh,
on,
I didn't know
and
that.
Abram
Okay.
Torre is taking over. So, do you think the U.S. wants to grab Nigeria or the UN, the world? I mean, the Western, because this is the UN and America together, and the
Now
UN
that might be the
represents all
move.
these white countries. They want to
Yeah, that
grab
might
Nigeria before Abram Torre probably deals with them. It seemed like they're trying to
exactly.
get their claws in Nigeria because anytime
Hmm.
America goes to save something, is they destroy it. That's
You know
that's the
what?
history.
That might be the move they're gonna do. Like they just try to act like they care, and they're gonna go over there and try to take him out. 'Cause like I said, he protected pretty good. But I hope all the African countries come together and they just build one. So that'd be a good thing
Uh-huh.
for them. So and I see, Black Americans support him. Because he's doing what they're supposed to be doing over there, taking care of they,
Yeah.
just like Julius Mahema and them and stuff. So yeah, so
They
I
lining
that
up the
might be
chess pieces. If you
yeah,
look at
that
my
might be
short
it.
with Ibram Torre, is they saying that he's a threat to the world, the global threat. And like the guy that was on there,
Wow,
he was like, how is he a global threat? This man never stepped out his country. This man don't have drones. This man don't have
exactly.
weapons of mass destruction. All they got is guns. They never been
Yep,
out their country inside of Africa. So how is he a global threat? Because they want
exactly.
that gold,
The
and
resource.
they lining up the chess pieces, and then that military place that they claim is killing Christians has really been there killing black people and trying to take over power. They want to get rid of them so they can control Nigerians, because like
Hmm.
it's like controlling New York, just like the Chinese and the immigrants that came over here and took over the basically the money making city in America. One of the money making
Facts.
cities in America is New York. One of the money making countries in Africa is Nigeria. But I want to know what the black people over in Nigeria are doing, because this is what Tariq Nasheed said, and this is why I stick with being the FBA. These Africans come over here and they talk about us like a dog. They say we have black on black crime. We don't do this. We don't do that. They flee their countries and come over here. Why are not any of the African countries getting together and doing something about it? Why
Yeah,
can't
you
we
got
say
to do
black on
something.
black crime don't exist? Well, over there they have black presidents, black men, everything. All power is black over there
Yeah,
until they let the Chinese come in. So why do they allow black on black crime over there?
yeah. Even back with apartheid, man. Our 54 countries in Africa should have came together and they could have ended that. They could have. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you might be going against
Hmm.
Europe, but 54 countries. Come on, man. You bring your armies together.
What's his
Yeah, I just
name? what's that other black dude named Nelson?
Julius
I
Mahema,
mean,
Julius
no,
Mahema, about
what is
Julius,
it?
Julius,
Yeah,
Julius
yeah,
Mahema. Yeah,
yeah.
South
He's from
Africa.
South Africa, right? And you
Yeah,
notice
yeah,
how they
EFL.
first tried to f with him and say that he was doing something. Julius
Mm-hmm.
Mahema, Abraham Torre,
Yep, yep,
all of them need to come together because the
yep.
you the Western worlds are up to something, and it
Yep.
has nothing to do with saving Christians.
Exactly.
Because in
Exactly.
their
'Cause that's you.
Bible, black people are not even human or Christians, or don't even. And they used to teach we weren't even going to their heaven.
Imagine about what they call them. Now I did hear some more countries. I heard Turay got like two or three other countries leaders to get on board a while back. So
Really?
that's good too. Yeah. I forgot their names,
And
but
I
they
think that's
presidents.
why the U.S. is trying to make, and the United Nations is trying to make a chess root move. Because if you control the smart people in Nigeria, and then you control Nigeria, I think Lagos is the capital of Nigeria, one of the big cities, and then you
Yup.
get with the leaders that controlling Nigeria is like controlling New York,
Yup.
because
What
they
one thing about
already, now when you go to Dubai, a lot of black people go to Dubai. So I'm going to Africa, I'm going to Dubai. Dubai is ran by sand
it?
Negroes,
So yeah.
non-black people.
Yep. So yeah.
Price
I
is
know.
higher than America, yet they the high price is higher than America.
Yep.
So how can one part of Africa be poor and Dubai is so rich? That is
That is
not
crazy.
Africa. You're going to a resort in Africa owned by white people
Yep.
and their Arabian people.
Yep. Exactly. That's
So they
crazy.
can't control Dubai, but if you get Nigeria, Abram Torre, EFF, which is Julia Madon, where is it?
Just my having them organization. Yeah.
Yeah,
EFL.
you get all them together, then you got a movement in Africa. And then all those
Yeah.
little poor countries that's around, Abram Torre will be able to feed them. And then they trying to pull a chess move. It's not about, they
Yeah.
trying to make an excuse to send military things, a military, American military over there by
Yep.
the paid for by black people, and
Yep.
then have black people go over there killing black people because black people going to join the U.S. military. So now you got three groups of black people killing black people, more black on black crime.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man. Just like the oh man, I'm a train of thought. Oh my god. Oh man, hello. It'll come back. And I'm just it's just something hit me. Oh, what was that? Oh man, I can't believe I just forgot. Um, like you say, it's almost like the white people think ahead of the time. They think like 20, 30 years ahead. They're like, okay, we
Yes.
know we know black people on they lineage, they FBA. You got the Jamaicans, you got the Africans. They like, okay, this guy Torre, the black people in America, they rock with him because he doing what black Americans saying that black people need to do in Africa. You know, they like, okay, so if he bring all these African countries together, and when they start working with us, they like, oh, we can't let that. They think about all that, man. I'm telling you how they look at it. Like, nah, we can't really, we don't want that to happen because they bond Africa together and they say, okay, well, let's deal with black people in America do business. They can't allow that to happen. I'm just thinking outside the box. If I was a
Oh,
white person,
yeah,
like,
you
no,
got to.
yeah, like, no, we can't allow that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about a lot of FBA, they support him. They like, hey, man, we like what y'all doing over there because
Mm-hmm.
y'all not fleeing. Y'all up there building up y'all country and stuff and kicking them people out. And they're trying like Judah Mahema them was some kind of dictator. About yeah, they even Trump they were like yeah, they talking about kill the boy. That mean they pretty much killing the white boy, like getting them off their land and take their
Mm-hmm.
farmland. But that's their land, like this shit. Even Elon Musk, his daddy said that shit. He said about white people being. You heard he said about white people being the
Yeah, we played it
minority.
last week. If white
Yeah, in the
people
same
die
time.
out in
Yeah,
America, we're doomed. They helped South Africans and they didn't
yeah.
see any oppression, and what oppression they didn't see it. And the man told
And
them because he's white.
yep, I guarantee you, cause he's wealthy and he got connections, he got some dealing with that too. Trying whatever going on in Africa, like trying to get rid of Torah and them stuff. I guarantee you, he got some ties in that shit too. Because come on,
Yeah.
man, it sounds like we're a
Because
trillion now.
see,
Yeah,
Abram Torre, he got to go. He kicked Britain out. He was
yeah.
it Britain or France? He kicked Britain out.
One of
Like,
them,
why
yeah,
do I need you to be the middleman to sell my gold? Now they got
exactly.
money. but they're not as in technology like Legos like Nigeria is. So if
Yeah.
he teamed with Nigeria, he would have the AI and the technology as we do.
Yep.
Then look
That
at
whole
all the
thing.
electric cars coming out of Nigeria. You
Yep.
know, because
Yeah,
each country in Africa is separate. So when
yep.
you look at Abram Torre, they just got guns and stuff. I'm not saying they don't have internet, but they're kind of like the tribes were. But if they link up with Nigeria, that's kind of like bringing technology and
hmm
black power together.
Exactly. And exactly. You're right. Cause I've been having a brain freeze because I'm thinking so many countries over there. Like I say, they one thing about it, they know that coltan is over there too. Coltan is what make everything work from all the technology from the laptops to the cell
Yeah, the
phone.
cobalt
Then
and all
the
that lithium
Yeah,
and
yeah. But it's called coltan. Yeah, cobalt there too. But coltan is what they use to
oh
make the internet work. That's one thing I will say. We more right about. I looked it up, and that's true. It's in the
oh
Congo.
really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
because only in Congos and somewhere in South America, but mainly in South and Congo and Africa. That's where they get it. At. Everybody got them jewels out there digging up that shit like they doing in diamond mines and stuff. Man, ain't no way. If I'm in the Congos, that's my country. We taking all the resources, and if you want to deal with us, you gotta pay us. We putting tariffs on y'all asses to get this coltan, because everybody need that coltan. America, China, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come
Yeah,
on,
now
man.
think about it because they get all this to make cell phones and stuff. China making them, but they over there they get their internet turned off and stuff. So if they get the power of Abram Torre behind them, and then
Mhm.
these don't Nigeria get rich because they were the number one scammers getting these white women money left and right. I'm pretty sure y'all know that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then the white women go over there by the boatloads, flying there left and right, marrying them Nigerian young boys. And
hmm
so if you get Abram Torre and you get Nigeria together, and then you get the little countries around and they pledge something, you have what you have in the Middle East. You have black people willing to die for something. So then that way
Exactly.
you can't land your Chinese planes. You can't land because it was a story. We don't really know what's going on over there like they make it seem. There's stories and I'm pretty sure people heard it where the planes coming there. They even most of these minerals and resources that they're taking, they're not giving the countries are not giving them permission. They're just digging. They have these black people over there digging for gold, cobalt, all that, and giving them pennies and taking it back to over here in China and different places and making billions of dollars and keeping them poor. Abram Torre is the only one who said, "No, I can sell my own gold. Gold. Why would I need you to give me a million while you make billions?" They didn't like that. So think about what's been going on. We know it. You can Google it. Did not the U.S. pull themselves out of the UN? Did not they say they wasn't under there? So how did the UN and Trump and Nicki Minaj all come together when the United States have not been listening to anything the United Nations have been saying? That's because the United Nations is part of Britain, who is mad that Abram Torre took their access to gold away. So these are nothing but what we're seeing is that the council of not the Berlin conference happening again right before our eyes. The white nations are coming together to carve up Africa again. And
Yep.
Africa needs to open their eyes because
History.
we
History.
fighting over here white supremacy, but they do not need to be blinded by this chess move that the Western countries are doing. And this time, because we are pledged most of our black people in the military, you're gonna have black people going over there. That key word is Christianity. Going over there killing innocent people under the name of Christianity, just so that the bodies that lay on the ground, white Western world, and the damn white people that want power is going to walk over those black bodies and have a seat and take over another country in Africa. The white people
Yeah.
already done took over South Africa, and
Yep.
now they want to take over more. They took over the Middle East. They took over what they call the Middle East, which was black people, and flocked all these so-called imitation Jews and half white people and called them Arabians, and they pulled they letting them have free range, and then they're unaliving the black people over there. So why didn't they care about black people all this time. They're setting up a play move so that they can get into power, because if they can get their hands into the power of Nigeria, they can control the other part of Africa to try to put a stop to Abram Toure. They trying to get closer to the person that they really want to get.
I believe that.
They playing chess, not checkers, and we need to see that. And I just want
Exactly.
the Africans to know we consider ourselves FBA, and this is why we're talking, because we're not Nigerian. People say, "Oh, y'all Black Americans are from here." No, everybody can say they came from Africa. It was called Pangea at one time, and it's
Yeah.
separated. But we from here. We native here. They started war over here. So when y'all come over here, y'all need to be linking up with black people and helping us
Yep.
build over here. And
Yep.
then when we come over there, we build there. You can't just come over in America, take our resources, and flee your country and act oblivious to what is going
Yeah.
on with white supremacy.
And this we said we actually be honest with you, what we even with the whole Pan Africanism thing, this what it wasn't really done right. It should have been like I said when they came in, we hit them as to the country, we helped them get over here. We should have had a real serious sit down with Africans, Jamaicans.
Yes.
We didn't do that. We didn't. If we did, we would have these issues now. I'm telling you, we can still do that for those who really want to rock with us and understand what you know
Mm-hmm.
what we got to do. Because that's what Asians do. Koreans and no Koreans don't get along. Japanese don't get along with Chinese. But when they come down to the Asian world, they come together and do business with each other.
Thank you.
And
And then at
that's
the
how
end
it
of
is
the
with us.
day, black people been feeding Africans since I was born. That not trying to be funny. We could have been built ourselves up, but we've been tricked to send our money and resources to so many places. When we were being bamboozled, it was feed the children. And the most of all that money, I remember my grandfather and all that sending money. We were sending trillions of dollars out the black community to feed the children. Even though it was for the name of Africa, it was going to white organizations. We give to the Red Cross. I remember having United Way take out money out my check, blue jeans for babies, all this shit. All these organizations been getting black dollars in the name of black people, and ain't no black people been getting help. It's time out for this. Nicki Minaj need to sit her ass down and go find out what's happening in Trinidad. Cause how are you representing? Why couldn't he get one of these African actors like what is his name? Um, he's a DJ. I always say his name wrong.
It's my Idris
Iris
Elba.
Elba, Elba Iris or whatever his
Y'all
name
know
is.
y'all black women know y'all love Idris.
No, I mean he's okay, but no, he's British. Yeah, he's British. But all these African, what about the one that played Harriet Tubman? How? What
Exactly. I'm
about
about
the
to say
people?
that. They can get
Yeah,
Cynthia Erivo for that.
yeah. Thank you. Why not
But
get?
I
Why
don't
did
know
you
what
get
the
Nicki
hell that is
Minaj?
now.
Why? Why? Because you know that an African have to go home with that bullshit you putting out there. Why you ain't get an African person to represent Africa? There's many Nigerians that's over here. There's many Nigerians that come back and forth. You don't want a real Nigerian because you know what y'all doing. You got, I mean, this is just how they use the stars to represent black people in America because you ain't going nowhere. You just need a face. Hey, they high fived it. Let me get Nicki Minaj. So when we send your children and your grandchildren overseas to fight these African nations, we'll do it in the name of Christianity. Y'all all on board. All this black blood finna be spilled, and then white people gonna be able to sit back and benefit. Don't be
And
fooled.
grab up what's left. Exactly.
Facts.
I'm just sitting here thinking they could have got what's his face? He got so much talking to do. Oh my gosh,
Who?
Godfrey. He's Nigerian. Godfrey.
Oh,
Thank
so
you. I forgot
yeah,
about that. He too woke for them. He's too
yeah,
woke for
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. We too yeah, too hard. Yeah, I don't want him, but he speak too much truth. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
rock with
speaks
us.
the truth. And I'm gonna tell
Mhm.
y'all something with the tethers, because I see people always saying Tyreek and Sheep divide. No, because we respect Anthony Godfrey. When Tyreek is talking about tethers, he's talking about people that come over here that benefit off of the black struggle, but don't give black people credit for how come you benefiting off of the black struggle. You're benefiting off of the bloodshed of the black leaders that was here, because the black leaders that died to get the freedom, they were not claiming African. I never heard
Yeah,
Martin Luther King or Malcolm X, none of them say they were paying African.
right.
Nope.
We
And what the
and
sad
Rosa
part is they
Parks didn't
refuse
come
to
from
help us.
Africa.
No,
All the people
that's the
that
sad
was in
part.
Black Wall Street that got burned down,
Hmm.
Rosewood, all that, they were here in America. So when we fought the civil rights era, that was for us, and y'all came over here and benefit, and to come over here and disrespect, that'll be just like us going over there disrespecting Abram Torre. We can't come over there and just say, "Hey, Abram, open it up." Now
Facts.
y'all owe us some of that gold. We African too. We have been claiming African. We have been supporting Africa. We have been feeding the children. America has bled for Africa and every black person around here. So to come over here and call us this and that is beyond me. I want y'all to go to TikTok or Facebook and look up Birmingham Mama Gifted Hands. It was an African lady braiding a black girl hair. She told her one price when she got there. She switched it up. She pulled the black girl hair out and was trying to beat her and threaten to shoot her. And then the police had to be called, and she was in the wrong because it showed how Africans come over in the black community and scam us. And then when they were calling her phone because she was saying the stuff that she was saying about black Americans, you got to listen to, I was going to play it. I'm gonna put it up as a short. She left a voicemail. She wouldn't answer her phone, and she was like, "I don't care about you, Americans. Y'all racist. But if y'all Black Americans, we don't need your money. Blah 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 blah." Because they will do your hair, and what happened? She did her hair. She put in fake. She put in real hair, which she charged the price extra. And then when the girl said she wasn't paying, her and the other African jumped on the girl and ripped out her hair and everything. They treat us just like the Chinese people treat us. Africans come
That
over here, and like the girl, like other people say, when you in Africa, you're not charging $200 and $300 for hair. So why you come over here using the brothers and sisters in America? And
that was
Africans did not
crazy.
always make braids. American, we can braid too.
Very true. That was a very disgusting story.
Did you see it? Oh, she went out. Lynn dropped out. But that's all I had to say. I just want us to watch this story, and I promise you, look at what is going to come behind it. They put Nicki Minaj. They trying to see the black people reaction because y'all, we are the headlines. Our voice matters. They listen to our voices in the corners. They're trying to see how we're going to react to this. They know most black people in America is Christian, so they use the word Christian. But open your eyes. These white people ain't never gave a damn about black people killing black people. And so why you gonna pick one little country in Africa and say, oh, they killing Christians? It's bullshit.
Exactly. That being said,
Lynn is back. Lynn, can you hear me?
Yeah, I knocked myself out.
Mm-mm. Did you hear the story? Did you see that story I'm talking about in Birmingham? That happened just the other week.
Alabama with the lady ripping the girl's hair
Mm-hmm.
out. I was pissed with that. She
Mm-hmm.
gonna try to upcharge her after she put the hair in. But the cops told her to keep her hands off of the lady because you
And
were
she
in the
still was
wrong.
trying to hit her. Like
it
Yeah.
won't be no, it won't be no cops.
yeah, somebody else said, but see, they treat us the same way. And you come over here, these Africans have never came over here to help Americans. They take the roles in movies. They do everything. Black Americans, FBA have helped everybody. And so that's what Tyreek mean by a tether. Y'all tethering to us. You attach yourself to us in our struggle when you're not struggling. And then you
It,
disregard the history of us and you won't admit the history. Listen to your fellow Nigerian Anthony Godfrey. Listen to, if you
Facts.
want to know black history, take up a seat with black Americans instead of moving into our communities to take our money. Because you just don't know how evil white America can be. Because right now they're on your doorstep waiting to do something evil. So if you're coming from Africa to come over here, don't come over here just for the opportunity to get white money and black dollars. Come over here and get to know the black people who made it possible for you. And stop looking down on us talking about black on black crime and ghettos when y'all ain't even paved y'all streets and stuff neither. When y'all are running from your country and won't even fight. Y'all got black leaders. We fighting to have a black governor or mayor. We have maybe one or two, but we fighting to have black presidents so that we can make a change and make it fair. Y'all have black presidents and y'all black presidents are corrupt.
And shout out to the ones that really trying to stop the corruption. I know it's hard because they're backed by white money, Europeans, and American money. So the oligarchs. So yeah, shout out to the ones who actually are doing it. But like you said, you got a lot of them that come over and leech off us,
I
and that's
never
not right.
do y'all know any Africans that come over to say they coming over here to help us fight white supremacy?
None at
And well, I
all.
know
I have never. They be
None.
in our neighborhoods and they turn their backs when the police are beating us and they treat us just the same. And that needs to change. If we're gonna call ourselves sisters and brothers, do it. Because they coming over here. If they did sell us in slavery, they showing us how they did it. Because the story is, if slavery was real and we did come from over there, the word on the block is y'all did it.
Hmm.
and then like and that well, after that black guy who from Grenada who got killed, they the Democrats want all the black people to support it, but the thing is, like, come on now, because you look black, and I hate what happened. It was terrible. I mean, the white, they they say these white boys did. I mean, they kind of downplayed it, so I don't know what they ain't talking about it no more. But I'm just saying, you want us to support y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't call for black people when something happened to one of y'all and they say we brothers and sisters. No, we should be brothers and sisters every day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just like the Asians, like I said, the Asians, a lot of them don't like each other, but when it comes down to the Asian world, they come together. Just like the
Yeah.
Indians and all of them. Every group got their own thing. They go through their same thing too. They come together. They understand, but come together, that's more power. I land my plane. Everybody get up out of here, y'all.
Yes, and then think about the Asians. All the Asians y'all see in America. Tell me which one is the Japanese, which one is from uh Vietnamese, which one is from, you don't know, because
Exactly. Exactly.
you just consider them Oriental or Chinese. I don't know if Oriental is a derogatory term, but y'all consider every slanted eyed person Chinese. They all from different countries too, and you don't know it because they stick together. So black people, when you come over here from Nigeria, from Africa, from Jamaica, from Trinidad, like Nicki Minaj, you're making all this money off of black people. Understand, come over here, stop being mad because we want to consider ourselves something because America stripped us of our humanity and our tribes that was here. We had maps, we had tribes, we were here already. Scientifically, there were only black people on earth. So how we weren't here? We were
Facts.
stripped,
Be
and
all over
now
the
that we
planet.
want to claim our lineage back by any means necessary, you're mad because you want to come over here and say black and black. No, we're black American, you're black African, if that's the case. That's why we consider FBA, because black is a derogatory term. You could still say you're African, and when you say you African, you could say you Ethiopian, Nigeria, Senegal, wherever part you're from. We are all from America. All of us over here is from America, and our ancestors and our grandparents, it wasn't that long ago, was the one bleeding in the street, being hosed down, fighting, going to Congress, being lynched, and doing all kinds of stuff, hiding slaves, doing whatever we got to do to fight to have the human rights that you come over here and benefit from.
Yeah, no lies detected on that one.
Turtle
E-
Island.
Exactly. So give us the respect that we asked for. And that's what Tariq Nasheed is saying. So he's not knocking everybody a tether. A tether is just like when y'all call each other the N word when you acting ignorant. Basically, we don't call you an N word. He's calling you a tether, which is which is equivalent to an ignorant person. You are ignorant immigrant or legal or whatever coming over here telling black people who they are not. And then you want us to respect you. We wore your Kente cloths. We buy your shea butters. We was proud to say we were African, and y'all did not give us the same love we gave y'all at all.
Yeah,
True.
unfortunately, the truth. And now with black people embracing their own flag, the Black American
Thank
Heritage
you.
Flag, that was in 1967. It ain't nothing. For everybody, it ain't just come up. It's been around for decades. So this is nothing new. I'm just glad we embracing that. I got the T-shirt. I think they get burned up in the fire, but I'm gonna have to get another one in a flag. So yeah, that's our flag. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You represent your flag. We represent our flag. There's nothing
Exactly.
wrong with
That's
it.
why we have the
Actually,
UEOA so that we can
exactly.
all
You are
come together.
facts. We're not
The
bashing
all coming
y'all.
together, I think, is done with. All coming together is done with.
Exactly.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, well, we could. There's still there's some that's not like that. That's what the UEOA
Exactly.
is. The micronation is for us. But
Exactly.
in America, we're starting an allegiance with all black people from the dysphoria that, or from other places that come and want to know. We want to have our library so that we can sit and talk. We need a meeting place to sit down so that, because when they
Exactly.
come over here, they have to sit at the white people table. The
Yep.
UEOA is our table we build. Come sit at our table and get to know us. Come sit up here and know the truth, not whitewashed history.
Exactly.
You should
Yeah.
know how that white people are. Look at South Africa. You didn't come over here because white people ended slavery. You came over here because black people bled and died and fighting white supremacy.
Facts. Yep.
And I land my
Hey,
plane.
keep
Again,
cooking
watch
and
the
we got
chess moves. Mhm.
exactly, y'all. We'll be back on the next one, y'all. But yeah, yeah. We like I said, we're not bashing nobody, dividing nobody. We just let y'all know what it
No,
is
we just
for what
telling
we
the
what
truth.
exactly. So we gonna monitor this thing over there and see what the hell going on, and we'll just come back on that. I guess we gotta talk about the Epstein thing. I want to touch on that. Not today,
Okay.
but another day. We'll do that probably a
Whenever
couple
you
of
want to
days
go
from now.
live, you
Yeah.
want to go live Friday and talk about it.
We can do it Friday. Yeah, we do it Friday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we talk
I
about
get
that
the
same thing.
live ready.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay,
All right, y'all.
peace.
See
Peace.
y'all Friday.
Keep your eyes open, Nigeria. Peace.
Peace.